So I have several different art journals, and I'm going to explain very briefly the sort of evolution of my journals. So I started with this one, which is a pink pig one, and I kind of started doing random things, and this one now I tend to follow prompts or guided sort of journaling, and a little bit of playing around. Sometimes this is my last one that I did here. Ooh, this one, which I've got a video of on my YouTube channel. It's more techniques, messy, as you can see. It's got pastes and all sorts on. So that was my first one. This is where I kind of went to next, which is an Arteza journal. And in this one, I tend to do these two page spreads, inks, sprays, usually a stamped image and some sort of quote, inspirational quote. So this is the one I've probably done the most in. I rather like this little journal. So I kind of then, in amongst all of that, I've really got interested in journaling, but also in journals. So this is another one that I'm kind of starting to use, and this is a traveler's notebook. So it has these signatures which are removable, elastic, and I actually made this, and I there was a YouTube video. It's not on my channel, it's not the Hixie Crafts channel, where I actually made this. So this is another one. So you can see I've got random bits that I've worked on excuse me, in here, and this is kind of where I first discovered Elizabeth Crafts dies. So that one is kind of a bit of sort of work in progress, if you like. I'm not really sure what I'm focusing on that. However, I realized that I bought myself quite a few of these Elizabeth Crafts journaling dies, and they come, usually have one what should we say, like one page. You can see it's not as wide as this, and then they'll have some elements, and you know, much more kind of die cutting, I felt, than sort of inky stuff. But I didn't have a journal to keep them in. Now Elizabeth Crafts do make them that you can put them in. However, I've decided to make my own. So this A5 little A5 ring binder is what I made, and the rest of this video will be showing you how to make this, or how to make one like it. I think I still want to buy some of those book corners, just because the fabric's a little bit loose there. I think I would probably buy some corner protectors there, but I'm really quite happy with how it's worked out. And also I've just done this is A5, because what I wanted it to do is to fit A5 without hanging over the edge. So if you see, this is the A5 bit, and when it's pulled sort of right out, it doesn't hang over. So that's kind of what this journal is going to be for my Elizabeth Craft Planet sort of pages, and any sort of A5 general messing around die cutty type ones. So I will have the video up soon on this one, how I did this page as well. So sort of pop back at some point, and that should be on my YouTube channel. But that's where we're at. This is what I'm going to show you how to make. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Right, so this is how I made the binder, the A5 binder. So what I've got here, I've got 2 pieces of grey board, and these I think are about 1 mil thick, and they measure 9 inches this way by 6 3/4 inches this way. So I've got 2 of those, and then I have one piece here. It's also 9 inches, but it's 1 3/4 inches wide. Now I've got these out of just 2 pieces of A4 grey board cut down. You do need 2 because the height of this is longer than the width of an A4, just so that it covers the pages. So that's the grey board. Then I have a ring binder insert. Now this I got from Dolly Dimples, but you can get similar ones on Amazon. And then that also comes with the 2 posts, the 2 fixing posts to fix this on, because this will be fixed onto this part of the binder. I've got another piece of card. I've already kind of marked out where the holes need to go, but we'll look at that later. And then I've got some fabric. You can use paper if you prefer, but I like quilting, and I have lots of fabric. To be fair though, this is not from my quilting stash. My lovely neighbour does some dressmaking, and she had this. She just gave me a load of scraps, and this was one of the fabrics in, and then this is an offcut for another. So this piece here will be for the spine, and that measures 11 inches by 4 1/4, and then these 2 are for the front and back, and they measure 11 inches by 8 3/4. Okay, now on the inside I've used paper. Now I've just this paper pad is one that I picked up in the range. I really quite like the range for their 12 by 12 pads. They are nice and cheap and really pretty. And what I've done is I picked out this sort of navy and pink and sort of aqua that I think will go. Now you don't get 2 sheets of each, so what I've got here is I've got this one, you might just notice is foiled, so this will go on the inside of the front. And because at the moment I haven't measured it, I'm not sure whether this one will go in the front, the back as well, or this one will go in the back. And then I've got this one, which was from the same pad, but it's an offcut, which I'm going to use on the spine. Okay, so that's that. And then for sticking, I've got Janie's original paper bindery smooth stick, which comes with a nice little spreader, and I'm also using my my really lovely old big crocodile to punch the holes. Okie dokie. So I did do a test because I wanted to make sure that this would stick nicely to the grey border and still show a nice colour. So I mean, I could have painted this white, but I'm quite happy with the way that looks. The thicker the fabric, the less the board underneath will show. So it's kind of you know, it's kind of a preference thing. So, but I just wanted to double check that it would stick nicely onto the grey board. So that was a bit of just a test. So we're going to start with sticking. This is the smooth and stick. Now the idea is to put a bit on, but then what we don't want is lots of it. So it's literally a case of scraping it all over like this. Just make sure the whole thing is covered, but that you haven't got an excess of glue. They're quite big boards. To watch me put glue on them, they'll probably look like quite big boards. So we'll see when I sort the video out. This might well become a quick whiz through, so you're not watching me do this multiple times. Okay, so I'm just going to move it because I don't particularly want too much glue on this. Now there is a right side and a wrong side on this, so turning it right side face down, and then this is going to go on there, roughly middle-ish. I am coming over to this side because what I want to do is to try to smooth out any wrinkles. Now you can see where I've got more glue, shows you, but once it's dry, that will be fine. I just want to make sure I've sort of not got too many wrinkles in. I'm not going to be overly precious about it, but I can get some of the wrinkles out. So that's one. Oh, and there goes my phone. I don't know if you can hear that. So you just love it when things happen when you're recording. Right. So again, you try. Oops. Get some of that glue and use it. Really good. You really want to try to get the whole of it covered, so that you get a good adherence of your paper or fabric or whatever you're using. Strip that along there. I'm just going to go this way this time and scrape off some of the excess, and then just make sure I've got this fabric the right way up, and then this will go down so, and again I'm going to turn it over and just try and smooth out any sort of wrinkly bits. Okay, and then I'm going to, oh, excuse me, I'm putting the sleeves up there. I'm going to just chop the corners. There's my phone again. Chop the corners. Don't need to be too accurate. And oops, and there. And then I'm going to stick, for the moment, just the sides. Just down there. And yeah. And try not to get too many creases in the fabric. I'm not doing a particularly good job here. That's one side. You see, that's what my was looking like at the moment, and then Same one here. Too much there. And then on this side, gone all quiet there. So just want to get these side bits stuck down. And I'm not doing the ends at the moment. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so we'll put those to the side, and then I'm going to bring in somewhere my, there we go, this is my piece for my spine. So glue all over this. Bit of some of that. Okay, and then just going to put this, bit of a kink in the material there, in the middle there. We'll just, and then I'm going to this time put the glue on the end of the fabric here. And fold it over like so, and the same with the other end. Try not to get the fibers in the glue. Oop. So I'm literally just putting the glue on the end of the fabric, and then that's going to all over like so. Now I do need my glue again, but I'm just going to put the lid on loosely, and I'm just going to move that really gluey thing out of the way for the moment. And what I'm going to do, if I can find my there it is, just a bone folder. I'm literally just finding the edge and putting a line down there. This is probably more, I'd say, important with paper, because this fabric is going to fold. Paper, not so much, but at least I can see where the edges of the spine are. So my next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these. I'm just going to snip off. I'm just going to get the glue mat back in. Saved my self skinning. I'm just going to turn it around a little bit for the least gluey side. So I'm going to get my smooth stick back out, and I'm going to put glue on. Now I need to be conscious of where I'm putting stuff. So this one will probably be the front. So that will go on like that. So I'm going to put the glue on this side and over the top of the fabric. Excuse me. Make sure I've gone all the way down. Okay, so this is going to be the front of my journal. So I'm just going to put it on. Now I can see where the line is. You can see where the top and bottom. I'm just leaving a little gap between the edge of the board and the edge. I don't think you can quite see it on the camera, and the edge of the spine. Okay, and I'm going to always think I'm so prepared when I'm doing these things, but never am. I'm just reaching for my brayer. Just excuse me there. And I'm just going to go over with my brayer just to make sure that that is fixed like so. So I've got a little bit, you can see a little bit of wiggle room there. Okay, so that's my front. So now we're going to do the back cover. So I think the back cover will go like that. So I need to put glue on this side. Just move that to the side. Let's just double check that. Back, so that side is going to be my glue side. I do make such a mess when I've got glue. I mean, you could use, I'm sure you could use acrylic glue if you're using paper, but this is my understanding designed for paper bindery, for book bindery. So you know, it should stick. It says it will stick fibrous materials. So again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it on camera, but I'm also aware of everything that's sticky. I've got this side of the thing that you said last time, you probably can't quite see, and my two covers lined up with the spine. Just give myself a little bit of room there. Okay, so you can see we've got the start of our little binder here. Now more glue. Use what's on there, and so now I'm folding over the these edge pieces. Okay, like so. That's one. Scrape up some of this glue that's on my thing. I'm not too worried. It looks a bit dry and gunky there, but it won't show too much. Oh. This one's coming over like so. There we go. This is like, you see the top of my binder there now, and then we'll do the bottom. I'm not worried too much that there's excess glue, because I am going to glue the paper on the inside to neaten all this up. So yeah, so I'm not worrying that I've got, you know, this random glue everywhere, because majority of it will be covered. Right, so that's all the fabric on. Okay, and obviously I've got that nice little bit of movement there just to give it a little bit of flexibility. Okay, so next thing is to measure the pieces of paper that I'm going to stick and where I'm going to stick them. So this was the bit I had, and this is going to be for the spine. So what I want is for it to be as wide as the spine. So putting my line there, but I don't necessarily want it to be quite as long. So I'm just marking off here. I have to admit that I tend to do most of my kind of cutting, measuring kind of thing like this, matting and layering by eye. So just gonna line up onto my the old very dirty X-cut guillotine, but I absolutely love my guillotine. Would not be without it. So that is going to go on there. And then I'm going to grab the 12 by 12 piece with the foily bits on. You can just about make out. So what I want this to be, I want this to be the same height as the is what I'm using for the spine. So, and then I need to decide how close. Oh, some stray bits of thing there. Seem to have lost a bit of light for some reason. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, so sticking to my, so it's going to go to, this is where the board stops. So what I want is for it to come pretty much to the edge of the board. Okay, now I know I'm going to need another piece like that, so I'm getting the other piece and I'm going to cut them both together. I do apologize, I can see on the screen that the light keeps going in and out, so I do apologize about that. So we're going to both of these pieces of paper at the same time, then I know they are the same. And then, so this one is going to, this way around is the way I want the journal cover. So this one is going to go in here up to where the end of the board is. One will sit on here, and then this one will sit on here. So let's get the glue on these, and I'm going to use the same glue, the smooth stick. Because I want a complete adhesion. It's very difficult when you're using the bottles. I mean, when you're doing card making, it's not so much of an issue because you know, it sticks enough, but this is going to be like a folder, and I want it to be completely stuck down. Okay, so let's bring in this one. Now this is quite a heavy paper. I don't know what GSM it is. I will have a look in a moment to see if the it says on the pack. So there we go. Just come over on the edge there. So, and then I'm going to use my brayer to stick it down. Then we'll do the other ones in the same slot so that I'm not making everything messy. So some glue across the top, and then I'm scraping it down. And make sure that the whole of the piece is covered. Let's see how we go. There. Like so. That. Just goes up. So this piece is going on this side in the same way. The border is pretty much there. Like so. And again, I'm going to use my brayer for it to stick. So, and then the last piece to put in then was my spine piece. Like so. Again, glue all over. So that it all sticks down. So this piece on. I think possibly do it coming up slightly. There you go. Okay, so we have my the basis of my folder there. I'm just going to now put the glue to the side because now we need to look at fixing this in. Okay, so I have here a piece that is the same length, not the same length, but if I stick it at the top, I'll show you, it has the holes in pretty much the right positions. So I'm just going to grab my white pen because this is quite a dark piece of card. So I'm making sure this is butted up at the top. Now I created this, is just I used literally stuck this on a piece of card and fiddled around. So all I'm doing is just drawing where I want to pinch my holes. And this is where Crop-A-Dile really comes in useful. If you don't have a Crop-A-Dile, you could probably do it with a Bradall or something like that. So I'm just literally punching through. So you can see there's a bit of there, but in a moment that will disappear, so I'm not too worried about that. So that's one out, and then here's my other. That one's come completely out. Right, so what I need now are the fixing posts. So if you do want to attach, oh, it's got glue on it, what a surprise. And you can see my fingers, aren't they gluey? Yucky, yucky, yuck. Although that said, I do love peeling that stuff off. Anyway, I digress. So you do need these fixing posts. And again, these ones came with what I got from Dolly Dimples, but you can get these kinds of things online. Amazon, I think they're called Chicago bookbinding posts, and you see they go, you've got two bits, one which is longer and one which is shorter. The shorter bit has like a screw head on it. I can get it there. The longer post comes through from the back like so, she says, having moved it like that. This then sits on, and they literally are just flush to the top. They don't poke right out. And now I don't have a screwdriver, but I will tighten these up after. And these little ones then just fit in and screw into place. I'm making a right fiddly mess of this now. So goes in, and I had a screwdriver, you know, one of those things that if I'd have been a bit more organized. So that one's in. The other one at the moment is lost somewhere on the table. Bear with me. Oh, that's come out. Bear with me while I just jump up. There it is. Okay, so this then goes in this side. Like so. And obviously I will tighten that up, but I now have my little thing. I'm going to get a piece of white card because I don't think you can really appreciate the colours of this. It might help. There we go. You see this, like the pink here, and so yeah, so it's got a nice little bit of flexibility. You can always add a little bit of a ribbon if you want, but I think once it's got stuff in and it stands, that's not going to be too much of an issue. And then this just flips open, and it will fit an A5 piece of card punched, like so. And again, it won't, you can just see the bit of paper, even when it's stood up like this, it won't protrude over the end. And it also, as I think I've mentioned, will fit in my little Elizabeth Craft designs, the planner ones that go with that. So that is how I made my A5 planner / journal binder.